So tell me why I literally tried to record this thing 4 different times over a span of a week and a half. Life, am I right? What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Dante here, back in Digimon Laboratory. We are going to finish. About time. We are going to finally finish EX02. Man, too much has been going on. Too much. But everything's good. Everything's Gucci. Without further ado, let's just get right into this. Let's finish this off. I gotta start BT9 next week. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep pushing. So, first card we're gonna go ahead and look at is Monodramon. So, Monodramon on play, reveal the top four. Add any black tamers among them. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Jessimon. I think that's his name of it. Yeah, Jessimon. So Jessimon is really tamer heavy and depends on, having certain amount of tamers and stuff like that. So interesting. Looking for tamers instead of Digimon. I think on a searcher, I think this is the second one. It might be a purple Digimon that does the same thing, but I think that's probably one of the only few searchers that do that. Guardiamon. This is bit black block support. This is support. This is legacy support for blockers. And will this bring, bit black blockers, the black War Greymon back into the limelight to where a blocker deck would be relevant again? I don't know. I think blue is so just prominent that it has so much stun potential. Maybe not. We'll have to see. But Guardiamon, it's a blocker, but on play, give any Digimon, 3,000 DP for the end of the turn. That can make this 7K, so it's a 7K block on your opponent's turn. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Strike Dramon. When Digivolving, reveal the top four cards of your deck. Add a black tamer amongst them. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck. Again, another searcher for tamers, so specifically black tamers. So inheritable when attacking. If you have two or more tamers, gain memory. So it benefits for you having tamers out. I think this is a deck that's gonna play, the small 2-cost black tamers like Joe and I believe Ty is the 2-drop black tamer in the starter deck, the structure deck. But yeah, like you're gonna be playing a lot of those tamers, because it specifically are looking for black tamers and not just any tamers. So you can't throw on something like Akari or Mimi or something like that. Locomon. When you digivolve into Grand Locomon, reduce the digivolution cost by 1. Just makes it 2 costs from going to a level 6. That's literally it. Andromon. So, Andromon is 6,000 DP, low side, 3 cost digivolve, G's, AK to play. It has blocker, but it says on your opponent's turn, all your Digimon with blocker gains 2,000 DP. Which means this makes this the 8K, which means this is, I think, bigger than BT1 Andromon, and makes everything else gain 2K. So, legacy support for blockers. This is also Machine Dramon support. So I mean, it has a lot of going for it. It is legacy support after all, for a niche that a lot of people did like. But we'll have to see what this does. I actually like it. I think it's actually a very, very good card. Very, very good card. We just have to see how the meta shapes up. So, Cyberdramon states, when Digivolve play 1 Rio from your hand without paying its memory cost, and then your turn, while you have no tamer, or you do not have a tamer on board, this card cannot attack players, which means you can't hit the stat. While attacking, if this and inheritable is while attacking once per turn, if you have 2 or more black tamers in play, digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon by 1. I guess I don't know why they put this restriction on the bottom of it to it can attack, you know, players with no tamers on play. Like that just kills the viability of it. Maybe because it's 10K, but still, like the tamer you bring out is very specific to what it does. So it's not like it's gonna break the game. Yeah, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Grand Locomon. So Grand Locomon, your turn. This Digimon can attack your opponent. Cannot attack your opponent's Digimon, which means you can't run to other Digimon. All turns gains 1,000 DP with every cyborg or machine and its traits in the trash. It gets beefy. Like this bad boy gets beefy. Like really, really, really fast. Really fast. Decent card. Reapermon. Remon, level KDP, 12 cost to play. For the Digivolve, pretty high. It has reboot, so that's always good. Reboot's always good. Opponent's turn, once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon is unsuspended, de-Digivolve that Digimon. So if Reapermon said for each of your opponent's Digimon that's unsuspended, de-Digivolve that Digimon, but wasn't once per turn, that actually would be a lot better. Because what it does is it really hinders a lot of decks that want to OTK. A lot of decks that want to push in for major damage. A lot of decks that want to swarm. It's one of those things to where if it was like, okay, every time you unsuspend your Digimon, even during the unsuspend phase, de-Digivolve all of them. And then if you have anything like Blitz or like basically this could have been a counter to Blitz and Black. You could have sit on this. They try, you know, you de-Digivolve everything. You pretty much choke him out. If the dude try to go Weenie Rush like level 3, level 4s, then they have a chance to be they have the chance to die by security or be deleted by security. Then if your opponent Digivolves has something with Blitz, this thing says no, get rid of the Blitz. You get to attack with the original Digimon that you had underneath it. I think this would have been a very, very fantastic control card. It is black. Black doesn't have too crazy of a card pool. It's very above average, but not, you know, overly crazy like purple or like blue having an arsenal. Yeah, like it could have been a crazy. I mean, even if it was 3 times per turn on your opponent's turn. So you can de-Digivolve up to 3 of their Digimon. Just have to keep track of it. Just de-Digivolve up to 3 of the Digimon that want to unsuspend. Like, this would have been a great, like, it doesn't have +1 security. It doesn't have blocker. It only has reboot. So it doesn't have protection. So it's one of those things to where you can get rid of it. Yeah, you can say, you know, well, what about the decoys? I get it. But you would have to build your deck specifically around this in order to make it function. Simple. Yeah, they could have did a lot better with this card. It could have been very, very good. Jestimon Blitz Arm. So, not bad on the stats. 11k DP, 12 cost to play, 3 to Digivolve. Not bad. When Digivolving, activate 1 of the following effects. The Digimon gains 2000 DP for the turn. Unsuspended Digimon. Delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with a 5 cost to play or less. All 3 abilities are actually pretty good. When attacking, once per turn, activate this Digimon's when Digivolving for each tamer you have in play. So if you attack with, say, a Cyberdramon, and then you Digivolve into this, and it's still your turn, you unsuspend it, you draw a card. If you have 3 tamers in play, when you attack, you unsuspend, give it 2000 DP, and then pop a card. In any order that you want to. So it's one of those things to where, yeah, it's good, but come on now. Like, really, come on now. Like, is this what you're going to give us for a pseudo black tamer heavy hybrid / deck? Like, this is not going to work. It's not gonna work. Like it's cool, but it's not gonna work. Not at all. It's just a giant beat stick. It doesn't have sack plus one. It doesn't have reboot. It doesn't have jamming. It doesn't have any of those things. Like it just doesn't have it. And it says 5 costs or less. So if you have a 2 Digivolution cost blocker on board, this doesn't even catch it. It doesn't say level 4 or lower. It should have said level 4 or lower. That would have been perfectly fine. This says 5 costs or less. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like it. I really don't. Justimon as a Digimon is alright. Like, sure, but I don't like this card at all. They should have done better. Let's go down to the purple tamers. So Rio is a 3 cost tamer to play. On play, reveal the top 4 cards. Add 1 Digimon with Drumon or Jessimon and its name among them. Add to your hand. Put the remaining at the bottom of your deck. Typical search tamer. It says Drumon, so you can get stuff like, if you wanted to, Slay Drumon. You can get stuff like Core Dramon. You can get stuff like All Force V Dramon, Aerial V Dramon. Like, it's a Dramon. Like, that's it. Like, it's Dramon in its name among them, not actual Dramon. So, I mean, if you want to play some weird blue-black hybrid, you can. It's just another searcher. But, second effect is, your turn, when your Black Digimon attacks, suspend this tamer, give it 1000 DP to the end of your opponent's turn. I don't like it. I mean, sure, like, you know, if you're thinking about it, like, you can't even play it with, like, Gardramon. You can't play it with, like, Andromon because it's a draw instead of draw. Like, yeah, I'm not feeling this Justimon deck. Not at all. Like, not at all. I'm not feeling this deck. You can have your opinions on it. That's perfectly fine. If you want to try the deck out, go for it. I mean, I might play around with it, like, but it's a side set. I typically don't invest into side sets. I don't know if I'm gonna invest into this one. I mean, this is a rare. Justimon is a SR. You know, in side sets is not, it doesn't have the same ratios as main sets. It can be, you know, pretty wonky. So just be cautious of that. Kazu. So Kazu, 3 costs to play. At the start of your main phase, if you have a Digimon with Cyborg or Machinist traits gain the memory. Okay. That's actually pretty decent. That's Machine Dramon support. All turns, when your Digimon with Cyborg or Machine and its traits get suspended, by suspend this tamer, draw a card. So in other words, when it blocks, when it attacks, any of that stuff, just tap this, draw card. Not bad. Not bad at all. Like, not bad at all. It's actually very good generic Cyborg and Machine support. I will honestly, if I was to go back and try to play bit black blockers when this comes out, I would definitely play 2 of these. Being able to have the draw power to just draw into stuff is amazing. But yeah, like, it actually is very good. I think they're really trying to push Machine / Cyborg as his own little sub archetype within Black. It really is good. It really is a good card. It's, you know, it's better than this. Like, it by far is better than this. It's better than Rio. And then that's it for Black. I mean, Black is pretty lackluster outside of, you know, the legacy support for, you know, BBB. That's literally it. Like, Black really just got, like, the bad end of this, like, 100%. Now let's go ahead and get on the purple. Now, purple, we got Impmon here. So, Impmon says, when this card is trashed from your deck, if it wasn't trashed by any copy of itself, you may trash the top 3 cards of this deck. So, if you trash... So, okay, let's get to the on play first. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Bialazamon in its name, or I am Miko among them. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So when this card is trashed from your deck to the trash, straight there, not reveal and then trash, not draw it and trash, but like literally just trash from your deck, you trash the top 3 cards. If you hit any copies of this Entmon with it, so if this Entmon is hits another Entmon copy of itself, it would not trigger. So they curved the power of the deck because it could have been insane if these Entmons just all just triggered. One Entmon could literally lead up to you trashing 11, 12 cards from your deck. That would have been insane. And grabbing Beelzemon or I and Miko from it, by far plus. By far amazing. Inheritable. Your turn. If this Digimon has Beelzemon in his name, gain 3,000 DP. That's great. That's actually great. Devidramon. Oh, I guess we can search this off of the, Rio. I guess. Whoopee. Has retaliation. Inheritable. Well, you may trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. Good. Because it's not mandatory. It's optional. So if you want to, you can. You don't have to. I think this is actually very good to curve you from actually decking yourself out and stuff like that. Doberman, while you have Alice McCoy in play, we'll get to Alice McCoy in a second because I peeped that card and I think that card is extremely good. When playing this card from your hand, reduces play cost by 2, makes it a 3 cost to play for level 4. On deletion, trash the top 3 cards of your deck and then return 1 Digimon card or a purple Tamer card from your trash to your hand. Good. There's nothing more to say about this card. This card is actually freaking good. Doesn't matter. It can come out for 3 if you have Alice, which I think a lot of decks will play Alice. I'll get to that in a second. And then on top of that, deletion, middle top 3, and then get any one of your purple Digimon or Tamers back. Good. You might be seeing more of this tucked into purple. Good. It's very good. Memphis Bond. On play, draw 2, then trash 2. No, I do not like this. Why don't I like this? Why don't you like this? Well, because right now, in my head, I may be missing some things because I've taken so long off of really thinking about Digimon. Like, this is my first week getting back into it, so my library is like a little foggy right now. But there's not too many ways to play this optimally outside of very first turn, play 7. But you don't want to do that in purple. Come on now. When inheritable, when attacking, once per turn, by discarding 1 card from your hand, get a memory. I like that. I like that ability. That's the same inheritable on I believe it's Orochimon as well. Orochimon, if you discard it if you trash it if you discard it from your hand, it triggers draw 1. And an inheritable is the same exact one as there. So not bad at all. I don't like the on play. The inheritable is decent. Gaining memory is always good. Golfmon. 12k DP. 12 cost to play, 4 cost to Digivolve. Let's see about it. When Digivolve in, both players trash cards from their hand today have only 5. Not bad. Not bad, right? Not bad. Your turn. When you trash a card in your hand with its own effect, you may unsuspend one of your Digimon. So close. So the first ability is amazing. Being able to equalize the game is amazing. But the second ability is all right. It's all right. Now, if this ability has something to do with the first ability, like, trash both players' hands until they have 5. And then when all turns, when you and your opponent, trash a card from their hand, to draw 1. Something like that. Because then you can play, and on top of this, like, this should have been just like, suspend this Digimon to do this. instead of being a Digivolution. So it should have been like suspend this Digimon to equalize the hands down to 5. Because then what you can do is you can play this with, if that was the case and it was like just suspend this Digimon, you could play this with Dan Devimon and be able to suspend it. Then Dan Devimon pop itself. The Dan Devimon, you can pop Dan Devimon to then take 2 cards out of hand. So now they're down to 3. When they draw, they're down to 4. So now each turn they try to build their hand. You go, no, I'm gonna say no to you. And then Dan Devimon just keep on, like, it makes Dan Devimon highly playable if this would just say just suspend it instead of wouldn't Digivolve it. Like, Dan Devimon was not doing anything, this would not do anything. Simple. Beelzemon, the boy. So 11k DP, 12 cost to play, 3000 power. So if it had the Impmon underneath it, it becomes 14k DP, which is extremely strong. Extremely. When this card is trashed from your deck, you may play 1 Impmon from your trash without paying this cost, which means you can go get the other Impmon that then gets this Beelzemon back to your hand. It's just so good. When Digivolving or when attacking, you may trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then delete 1 level 3 or lower Digimon. For each level 4, for each 10 cards in your trash, add 1 maximum level of this Digimon you can choose with its effect. In other words, if you have 10 cards in your trash, you can delete a level 4 or lower. If you have 20, level 5 or lower. If you have 30, level 6 or lower. Good. That's freaking amazing. That's amazing. That's an amazing card right there. That is an amazing card right there. Like, amazing. Straight up. Now let's get down to the Tamers. Alice McCoy. She's a 2 cost to play. Your turn, once per turn, when a level 5 Digimon will Digivolve into a level 6 card, you may delete 1 of your other Digimon to reduce the Digivolution cost by 3. Which means stuff like Anubismon becomes free. Which means stuff like Golfmon becomes 1. Stuff like Dan Devimon becomes 1. Stuff like Lilithmon becomes free. Stuff like Beelzemon becomes free. Like, being able to like reduce the Digivolution cost of a level 5 to level 6 is good. Like, you know how much, like, you know how crazy Hidden Potential was by reducing the Digivolution cost by 4? No, wait, was Hidden Potential 6? May have been 6. No, is it 6? It may have been. No, I think it was 4. I think it is 4. It's just that with Digiabsorption, you're able to reduce it even further. So, being able to reduce any Digivolution cost by 3, and think about it. I noticed I didn't say anything about purple. It's generic. A 2 cost Tamer to Digivolve from a 5 to a 6 by deleting 1 of your other Digimon. Sure, in purple, it gives you a plus. But in any deck, this means you can splash purple in any deck. You can splash this, splash some purple cards in your deck, like some Jack Rays and something like that. Because especially if you have a very controlling type of deck, a lot of things hit the trash. You can Jack Ray and keep on doing that, and then you can, pop 1 of your Digimon that you like. Think about it like this: you're at 2 memory with a level 5 and a level 3 on board. How often does that happen? A lot, right? Like, for you to have, and then you're like, okay, if I Digivolve, it's going to end my turn. With Alice, you pop, and then you just Digivolve. Like, for, 3 less. Sometimes it's free, sometimes it's a 1. And then it's still your turn. The first thing that came to mind when I saw this card was, how busted would this be in Imperialdramon? And the reason why I say that is because Imperialdramon inherently has the ability to where if it's Digivolved on top of Pyodramon, you reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. Now imagine having an Alice out. So imagine having a Pyodramon and a Vmon out. You jam with the Vmon, it doesn't die. You then attack with the Pyodramon, You can attack a Digimon, so it doesn't, you can't attempt to die in security. And then you go ahead, you pop the Vmon to then play Imperiumon, reduce the cost by 2 because Imperiumon by Alice reduce the cost by 3. It makes Imperiumon free. And you get the draw card. And now Imperiumon unsuspends itself. You then attack with jamming, and then Pyrogemon said you're on Imperiumon, unsuspend yourself again. Like, that's one of the things I thought about. I even thought about Mastermon. Mastermon's a 4, so if you can't Jargus, you can then pop, a purple Digimon or yellow Digimon to then go into a Mastermon. Mastermon then does his thing. Like, so many applications with Alice. I'd be shocked if Alice is overlooked. I would really be shocked that Alice is overlooked, especially if you're playing imagine if you're playing a Digiburst type of deck. You can play like a Resinmon, or you can play like a purple yellow hybrid, or you can play like a black yellow hybrid, or you can play whatever you want with this card. Just anything with Digiburst, and just go out the chain and be able to pop a Digimon you don't really care about, or pop a Morphmon. How about that? Pop a Wormmon, to where then you get a search if you pop it and then Digivolve. Like, why not? And it doesn't really hold a space. If you're playing purple cards, I'm gonna show you a purple card in a second that I think is freaking amazing you can throw in. Yeah, like Alice is one of those cards to where it has so much potential, and it gets unlocked the more that people experiment with it. Like, just be wary of this card. This card will exist. Just be wary of it. Ayamiko, it is a memory tamer. Always good. Memory tamers are always good. When one of your Digimon attacks, you may suspend this one, trash the top card of your deck. Then if the attacking Digimon is a Beelzemon, you can Digivolve into Beelzemon Blast Mode from the trash with a memory cost of 3. Good. That's good. It does amazing things for the deck. We'll get to Blast Mode in a second. Now I'll talk more about it. Option card, Death Stinger. So, Death Stinger is a 4-cost option card. It says when this card is trashed from your deck, gain a memory. So it works within its own archetype. It's fantastic. You're like, okay, oh, it's trash. Oh, 2 trash, so I gain 2 memory. It's amazing. It really is. Main. Delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon for every 10 cards in your trash. Add 1 to the maximum level that you can choose with this effect. Basically, it's like this new Beelzemon, except 1 higher. So this way, if you have 10 in your trash, you pop level 5 or lowers. If it's 20, level 6 or lowers. If it's 30, level 7 or lower. Like, seriously, this thing can pop level 7 or lower if the game gets to that point. You don't need the game to really get to that point. If you just snowball out of control, and by turn 5, turn 6, you end up getting like 20, 30 cards in trash, this thing deleting 6s and 7s. It deleting 6s and 7s is insane. Like, this card is actually very good. This is going to be the staple purple card for removal. Watch. Like, a lot of people, we fell off a Trump Sword, and we need like a removal card. This is going to be one of the things. This is going to replace Trump Sword. This will replace Trump Sword. Because even out of security, you hit the main, it's just so good. It's so good. Beelzemon Blast Mode. So, 15k DP. If you have that Mmon underneath it from this set, it becomes 18k DP, which is the same. 15 cost to play. 6 to Digivolve from a level 6. But most likely you're not going to Digivolve for level 6 like traditionally. So, first effect. When this card is trashed from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. Good. That's the check. When Digivolving, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. That's the second check. Iron Fist. Love it. Third, your turn, for every 10 cards in your trash, this Digimon gains sack +1. What is not to like about this card? So, imagine attacking with a Beelzemon. And Ayamako is there. You then tap Ayamako. You trash the top card. Oh wait, it's this Beelzemon. This Beelzemon, like, it's this Beelzemon, right? So I make it with this card is attacking. I have to, you gotta always watch out for wordings. Blah, blah. You can Digivolve. Okay, so this card, in order to get the maximum value of it, you have to have this card in trash already. You can't Iron Mako into this, and then this pops, and then Digivolve on top of it. This card needs to be in trash already. Just be careful because of the window, the when attacking window. Just so you know. So, this card, when it's trash, so you attack with the Beelzemon, Iron Mako trashes a card, Digivolves into this. When Digivolve, you get an Iron Fist across the entire board. Wipe all Digimon with the highest levels. If you're playing a small rushy deck and they don't have anything higher than a 4 or 5, then you just pretty much wipe most of their board. Then you're attacking with this. So for every 10 cards in your trash, you get security +1, which means hey, you can get security +2 with 20 cards in your trash. And as a purple player, you can do that by turn 3, turn 4. Like, if you snowball out of control, turn 3, turn 4, you got 20 cards in your trash. And you're just going insane. Realistically, turn 4 to turn 5 is where you get that security +2. Because if your deck is operating how it's supposed to be, turn 4, turn 5, yeah, you're like, it's just out of control. Especially with all the milling that this R-type specific has. It's insane. It really is insane. So I do think that's amazing. As far as the purple stuff, I think they really gave purple the shaft here. But I do think the Doberman is actually very good. I do, the Devidramon is okay. It's a meh. Like, if I gave this a 4, I would give this a 6, maybe a 7, because this versatility is actually very, very good. But the Beelzemon is what's carrying purple in this set. The Beelzemon archetype is really, really great. The Depth Stinger is good. Alice McCoy is actually fantastic, in my opinion. It gives any deck that struggles to get from 5 to 6 a way to actually do it. They didn't want to make a white tamer, so yeah, I guess it goes with the Doberman. You know, Iron Mako as Iron Mako. It gives the Beelzemon structure. It gives the Beelzemon archetype a memory tamer. Death Stinger's a card. I think purple's in a good spot, but I don't think purple is anywhere near the yellow or the red. So, I mean, in my opinion, right now, purple is probably the third best color in this whole entire set. Yeah, I'm going to breeze over the D Reaper stuff real quick because me and Prim already made a video about the D Reaper stuff. So, I'm going to breeze over that really fast. Like, I'm not going to go into any details about it. So, we got Calumet. Calumet says, when you play this card from your hand, if you have Guilmon, Terriermon, Renamon, or Impmon, reduce the cost for it by 2, which means you can play 2 of these for 1 cost easily. Your turn, this Digimon cannot attack, of course, because why? You'll see. When your Digimon Digivolves, by resting this Digimon, gain 1 memory, draw 1 card, and give one of your Digimon 3000 DP until the end of the turn. Notice it's not once per turn. So you can promote drop two of these out for 1 cost apiece. Then tap both of them to Digivolve into any Digimon. It doesn't have to be a Guilmon. It doesn't have to be a Guilmon line. It doesn't have to be a Terriermon line. You can literally Digivolve this into the... So say you pull a Guilmon and you Digivolve on top after you play these 2 for 1 cost. You Digivolve the Greymon that has +1 security. And now you tap both of these. That Digivolution cost is paid. You then draw 2 cards because you draw 2 cards. You already gained the 2 memory, and then you give it plus 6,000 DP, which means now it becomes 11K with security +1. and then your memory is already, you know, replenished. So now you're back at 3, and then you can play stuff like lightning joust, so things like that, just to give it more security and higher attack. Like, this card is good. Don't sleep on this card. This card is good, especially if you're playing a Terriermon, Renamon, Guildmon, Mmon deck. If you're playing Beelzemon, you're playing this. If you're playing Gallimon, you're playing this. If you're playing Megagagomon, I don't know why you're playing Megagagomon, but if you're playing that, you're playing this. If you're playing Renamon, you're definitely playing this in Renamon. 100%. It makes Renamon so efficient. This card is actually very good. Don't sleep on the card at all. Okay. Like I said, I'm about to breeze past this. Each and every last one of them has ADO2. Just telling you that right now. So we're gonna go on to the Mother D Reaper. Mother D Reaper is a Digitama. This Digimon cannot attack or is unaffected by all your opponent's effects, which means yes, you can't Tommy it. Yes, you can't. You know, Gaia Force it. Yet it is going to sit there. The only way to get rid of this card is to attack this Digimon while it's unsuspended. Because the Digimon can't attack. So you have to attack this Digimon while it's unsuspended. Or, if I'm not you can't even suspend the Digimon in order to attack with it. So you have to attack with the Digimon while it's unsuspended. There's some cards that do that. Rush Tyrannomon attacks Digimon that's unsuspended. You have, I believe there's a Jesmon card that makes it to where you can attack unsuspended Digimon. There is, there's a few cards that you can attack unsuspended Digimon. That's the only way to kill this card. So, main. Once per turn, if you don't have another Mother D Reaper in play, so you have multiples of these, you can absorb one ADR02 Searcher in play or in your hand and put it to the bottom of it as Digivolution sources. So the deck is all about making this bad boy, making Mother D Reaper have many inheritables. And yeah, that's what it is. Your turn, when the Digimon with D Reaper in its traits would be played from your hand, reduce the cost by 1. So that means anything that comes out, reduce the cost by 1 for each Digivolution source that's underneath Mother D Reaper. So as the game progresses, like turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, you will see them start propping out things for free for 2 costs, like giant 10k beats, all that kind of stuff. So I'm about to breeze through this. Everything has ADR02. I'm about to just read the effects with the name. So, O2 Searcher, you can have up to 50 of these in your deck, just like the EOSmons. You can have up to 50 in the deck. When you play this card, if you don't have another O2 Searcher, reduce its cost by 1. If there's a material underneath Mother D Reaper, it makes it free. Simple. On your turn, this cannot attack players, so they cannot attack security. On play, draw a card. So every time you play this card, you draw a card. Simple as that. Inheritable, all turns, all your Digimon with D Reaper and its traits gain 1000 DP. This thing gets crazy. Really does get crazy. 03 Pendulum Feet. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add Digimon with D Reaper and its traits and 1 O2 Searcher among them. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck, which means you can grab 2 cards. If you hit 2 O2 Searchers, you can grab both of them because one fulfills one requirement, one fulfills the other requirement. There's your obligatory searcher right there. Very good. Or 04 Bubbles. So Bubbles has security effect. You can put 1 O2 Searcher from your hand or on board on the Mother D Reaper. The on play ability does the same as that thing. So the combos are crazy. 01 Jerry, by suspending this Digimon, reveal the top 5. Place 1 O2 Searcher among them underneath Mother D Reaper as material, as a Digivolution source material. Put the rest at the bottom of the deck. Mother D Reaper, that's all it is. 05 Creepy Hands. Opponent's turn while Mother D Reaper is in play, it gains blocker. Here's your blocker right here. This thing can come out for free turn 3. I've seen it happen. This thing can come out for free turn 3. For free. And you just slap a 2 or 3 just on board. 07 Pallet Heads. I want to say pallet. Pallets. I don't care. I call it pallets. um, Main. If you have Mother D Reaper, by suspending this Digimon, delete one Digimon whose DP is equal to or less than this Digimon's DP. So say you have four O2 searches underneath Mother D Reaper, and you play this, which means you will play this for a 2 cost. This thing becomes 7k. You suspend it, you delete anything that's 7k or low, you delete a Digimon that's 7k or lower that your opponent has on the side of the board. This could get crazy at the end, turn 6, 7, 8, because Mother D Reaper is a control type of deck. So yeah, it can get real crazy. 06 Horn Striker, it just has rush if you have Mother D Reaper. This thing can get crazy big. It can get 13, 14, 16k easily. Optimizer, 08 Optimizer. On play or when attacking, once per turn. If you have Mother D Reaper with 5 or more Digivolution cards, reveal the top 3 cards. Play one of those D Reaper cards with 10 costs or less among them without paying this memory cost. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck. Yes, if you played this card and you hit an Optimizer and play the Optimizer, you can use that Optimizer to look again. And if you hit another Optimizer, you can play that Optimizer to then use it again. So you can use Optimizer into Optimizer into Optimizer. Yes, you can do that. 100%. This is what made the deck go. This right here. This is what made Reinforced Memory Boost go to 1 in the OCG because of this card. Security. Play this card without battling. Play this card without battling and without paying its cost. On play, if you have a Mother D Reaper, recover deck +1. So recovery +1 from your deck. Simple as that. If it comes out of security, guess what? Hey, I recover. Opponent's turn. When your Mother D Reaper has 6 or more Digivolution sources, which is very, very easy to achieve by turn 3. Very easy to achieve by turn 3. I'm talking about your turn 3. When I say turn 3, I mean your turn 3. This is not Yu-Gi-Oh! Has 1, 2, 3. It's your turn 3. You can easily achieve this. Digimon is a build-up type of game. All your opponent's Digimon gets security -1. If you have 2 of these on board, and Mother D Reaper has 6 or 7, 8 sources, your opponent needs security attack +2 in order to hit and check security. Yeah, it's insane. Reaper, the OG. 15k DP, 20 cost to play, but there's a caveat to this. When you would play this Digimon from your hand, you may trash 7 or more Digivolution sources on the bottom of one of your Mother D Reapers to reduce its cost by 0. So you don't want to play this card unless you want to go for game. This card inherently has rush, and then when attacking, you can place 2 O2 searchers from your trash to this Digimon underneath it to unsuspend it. So this is why in this deck you want to play like 20 searchers, O2 searchers, so you can theoretically get this off, very, very frequently. So this thing can really OTK your opponent by itself. I mean, literally by itself. So if you have 7 and you trash all 7, and say all of them was O2 searchers, which that's all you want underneath Mother D Reaper anyways. So all those are O2 searchers, you attack, and then unsuspend. So you attack, that's 1, unsuspend. You attack, that's 2, unsuspend. Attack, that's 3, 4. So off the bat, this thing can hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times. If you have 8, it hits 5 checks. So this card by itself can bleed through all security. And don't forget that the O2 searchers as inheritables give all your D Reapers more attack, which means every time he attacks and unsuspends, he gets bigger. Simple. And then for the last card, the set, we're going to go ahead and look at blue card, which I think blue card is a very good generic just card in general. Three cards to play, white card, blue cards effects are. So basically the requirement is you need a tamer to play it, but to play it without. You need a tamer to play to ignore its color requirement. Its color requirement is a white. You have any tamer in play, oh well, that's good. Main, reveal the top 5 of your deck. One of your Digimon that you have in play can Digivolve into a Digimon card other than white cards that is among them without paying the Digivolution cost. So if you have a level 5 Digimon and you play a blue card and you hit a level 6 that Digimon can Digivolve into, you can play it on top of it without paying its Digivolution cost. So basically you're Digivolving for free. When you do not do that, add one Digimon card among them, put the rest at the bottom of your deck. So either way it goes, you either get a Digimon from the top 5 or you Digivolve into a Digimon to then draw a card. Either way it goes, blue card replaces itself. Either way you go, no matter how you slice it, unless you with all 5 checks of blue card, it replaces itself. Whether you Digivolve and then draw a card for Digivolution, or you add a Digimon to hand, it replaces itself. Blue card is very, very good. I think blue card and 60% winning rate might be seeing a lot more play and a lot more decks, especially with the higher Digivolution costs that they making these Digimon with. Very, very good. Very, very good. My opinion over the set overall, I think the set is very, very good. I think this is right now, excluding the BT9 because we haven't got there yet. I think these first 10 sets that we have, BT1 through BT8, and the EX01, EX02, I think this is the third best set that Bandai has made. I still think BT7 and BT8 are probably the best 2 sets that they ever created so far. EX02 is literally a close third. The Guilmon line is fantastic. There's a niche here between the Leomon and the Jerry that I like, the interaction that it has. The Renamon line is, I think the Renamon line, honestly, the Renamon and Gal line coming out of here, I think is going to be contenders for that tier 1 spot. I think it's going to contend and fight against Mastermon and fight against Imperialmon to be one of the top dogs in the format. No ifs, ands, or buts. Galamon has so much support. The Sakuromon line, like just this alone with some purple and some yellow cards, is just fantastic. I'm not sold on the Terriermon line at all. The Mega Gagumon, if you just gave me the Mega Gagumon with the old Terriermon support, I would take that over the new Terriermon support all day. Black, outside of the legacy support for the big black blocker deck, I don't see anything here. Not at all. Black is very underwhelming. I mean, Kazu's good. Kazu is a direct buff to Machine Dramon and bit black blockers. Direct buff. Purple, I think purple is decent. Dobermon's good as a standalone card. The Impmon, Beelzemon art type, it's just fantastic. I think Alice McCoy is a very, very, very fantastic card. Like, she's very good, very splashable. Iron Miko's also good, being able to bring out, Blasmo for 3 or cheaper. Bring out cheaper is good. Death Stinger is great. Mother D Reaper is going to try to compete for tier 1. Do I think Mother D Reaper can compete? Yes. But yet no. Just for the simple fact that there is cards like, well, you know what? It's funny. Like, we talk so much about Tommy and how Tommy has impacted our meta. If Reaper ever hits a Tommy, you lose. If Reaper ever hits a Tommy out of security, If you are going against Mother D Reaper and you hit a Tommy out of security, most likely you're going to win. The player that hits Tommy out of security with this Reaper card is going to win. Why do you say? Because Tommy, if they're going to go ahead and do it, they can strip the sources off this Reaper, which is not smart because Reaper doesn't care how many times it does it. It's going to keep on redoing it over and over. Basically, you're giving your opponent an extra attack or two. So be wary if you're playing blue when Mother D Reaper comes out and they hit Tommy off this bad boy. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tommy is a. I'm gonna have to look at it right now. I believe Tommy is a Yume. If Tommy is a Yume, and yeah, I got a box topper here. Let's see. Tommy says security, play this card without playing Digivolution cost. On play, trash 3 cards from one of your opponent Digivolution sources. If Tommy's a mandatory hit. So if you're playing Reaper and you hit a Tommy out of their security, you pretty much win. Because they have to trash. They have to. There's no Yume on this card. It's literally on play, trash. And with Mother D Reaper, they don't digivolve into anything, or nothing can digivolve into it really. So Reaper would be the only one with sources for it to trash. So therefore, you get an extra attack if you hit a Tommy. That's going to pretty much curve a lot of blue decks for playing Tommy if Mother D Reaper does get a lot more support. I mean, not a lot more support, but a lot more play in the meta. A lot of people don't understand, don't know that interaction, but just put you in game. This Reaper hits a Tommy, you have an extra attack, maybe 2. If you take exactly 7 off and you attack, and okay, you didn't hit Tommy, cool. I attack. Oh, guess what? Now I'm going to strip. Now I hit Tommy. They strip 3. That's an extra 2 attacks right there because of how the numbers work out. That's an OTK. Be wary, blue players. When you're playing against Reaper, just hope Tommy's not in security. That's going to be the one time you don't want Tommy in security. Simple as that. When it comes to the tamers, I think a lot of tamers are good. I think Takuto is very good. I think Rika's very good. Jerry's very niche with the Leomon stuff. I think Kuzu's very good. Kazu's very good. Ayumeko's good. Alice is good. I think it's a hit or miss with the tamers. I think they're very, if they're good, they're above average. If they're not good, they're below average. You're not going to play them. So the plugins are amazing. The plugins are going to see massive play. Being able to give your Digimon set +1, be able to give your Digimon Jammy, being able to give you be able to draw a card, and then play Digimon from your hand that's 3 costs or less without pay. Like, the plugins are going to be around. They're that good. And all the plugins, if I'm not mistaken, all the plugins, yeah, they all add to your hand. So they hit my security, you reveal the top 3, get a tamer, and it add to your hand. The speed one, you draw a card, add to your hand. The evolution one, reveal the top 3, get a Digimon, add to your hand. They don't go away. Like, especially in the Renamon deck, they're just massive pluses. Like, they're extreme pluses. Like, if they had made any of these purple, Live Loop would be absolutely insane. But good thing they did it. Good thing they did it. Overall, this is the 3rd best set in my opinion. I think BT7, BT8 jockey for position for the best 2 because of just, how main sets are. But this is by far way better than BT4, way better than BT5, way better than BT6, way better than BT1 through 3. Like, if this set came out and this was BT1, if this was BT1, this set, how many decks you think right now would have curved this? Not that many. Muddy Reaper would probably be the bona fide tier 0 deck because of how yellow started progressively getting more stuff. Like it would like you would have been playing Sakuramon, Galletmon, I guess Mega Gagamon because Kayumon's a thing. Muddy Reaper, like there would have been no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All this stuff, like you would have had 4 decks, top decks, Muddy Reaper, the net set just reigns supreme because the yellow gets, crazily insane. Yeah. Yeah. So, with all that said and done, I am now officially back on schedule. So, we're going to do BT9 X record next Saturday. With all due respect, let me know in the comments, what you think about it. Give me some suggestions of what you think you want to see on the channel. With the Future Visions, we do the market watches, we upload the weekly podcast. If there's something that you want me to throw in, maybe mix it up a little bit, let me know in a comment section below. What cards are you hyped about this set? What archetype you hyped about when it come out of this set? I'm gonna get up out of here. This is a little longer than usual. I try not to rant, but it happened. So with that being said, I'm your boy Dante. This has been another Future Visions, and I catch you in the next one. Peace.